Everything in ancient Egypt begins with the Nile River. This river is not just water. It is life itself. It flows through the land like a long, living road. Where the river goes, life follows. The Nile brings fresh water to dry ground. It allows crops to grow where nothing else would survive. Because of the river, people can settle, build, and plan their lives. Homes rise close to its banks. Villages form from mud bricks shaped by hand. Families grow food, raise animals, and live according to the rhythm of the seasons. Life here is organized. It is calm. And it is deeply connected to nature. Every year, the Nile floods its banks. At first, the flood looks destructive. But when the water slowly pulls back, it leaves rich soil behind. This soil feeds the people. It feeds the nation. This is how Egypt survives year after year. But the people of ancient Egypt are not thinking only about life. They are also thinking about death. And more importantly, what comes after it. In ancient Egypt, death is not an ending. It is a transition, a passage into another world. At the center of this belief stands the pharaoh. The pharaoh is the ruler of Egypt, but to the people he is far more than a king. They believe he is chosen by the gods. Some believe he carries divine power within him. Others believe he will become a god after death. His life is sacred, and so is his burial. Early in the story, we see the pharaoh seated with his scribes. These men are educated and trusted. They read, write, calculate, and record every decision. They present plans, they explain measurements, they describe how the work will be organized and who will be involved. Nothing is rushed, nothing is guessed. The pharaoh listens, he asks questions, he gives approval. This moment is important, because this is where the pyramid truly begins, not with stone, not with labor, but with planning. The pyramid is not built for the living. It is built for eternity. It is meant to protect the pharaoh's body and guide his soul into the afterlife. Now, the scene moves away from the river. The green land slowly fades. The soil becomes dry. The air becomes harsher. We enter the desert. This empty land is chosen carefully. It is solid. It is quiet. It is permanent. This is where the pyramid will rise. At first, there is nothing to see, only flat ground stretching outward. Workers arrive. They clear the land. They remove loose sand and stone. Surveyors begin their work. They measure. They mark. They measure again. Accuracy is everything. If the base is uneven, the pyramid will fail. If the angles are wrong, the weight will collapse inward. Large stones are brought in and placed carefully at ground level. Each stone is checked. Each stone is adjusted. This is the foundation. The pyramid does not rise quickly. It grows slowly, layer by layer, stone by stone. As the base widens, the structure begins to rise. Low at first, broad, heavy. The early shape looks stepped, not smooth. Ramps are built alongside the structure. These ramps allow stones to be pulled upward as the pyramid grows. Now, the pharaoh comes to visit the site. He arrives surrounded by guards, officials, and priests. His presence is powerful. He stands before the foundation. He watches silently as workers move. Scribes explain the progress. They describe what has been completed and what comes next. The pharaoh is satisfied. He gives his approval, and he leaves. The work continues. The workers are not slaves. This matters. They are farmers during the growing season. When the Nile floods and farming pauses, they come here. They are builders, stone cutters, craftsmen. They are fed with grain. They are given shelter. They work in organized teams. Each person has a role. Each roll supports the next. Far from the pyramid, stone is cut from quarries. The work is slow and precise. Simple tools are used, but skill guides every movement. Stones are shaped before transport. Only usable blocks are moved. The stones are placed on wooden sleds. Strong ropes are tied. Men pull together as one. Water is poured onto the sand. This is not accidental. Dry sand creates resistance. Wet sand becomes firm and smooth. The sleds slide more easily. The stones move faster. Injuries are reduced. This knowledge is passed through experience. At the pyramid, ramps grow higher. Stones are pulled upward. The structure rises stage by stage. As it grows taller, the danger increases. One mistake could cost lives. Workers measure constantly. They adjust stones by hand. Supervisors watch closely. This is not brute force alone. This is engineering. This is planning. This is shared knowledge. Inside the pyramid, work continues as well. Passages are carved deep into the stone. Chambers take shape. The pharaoh enters the interior. He walks slowly through narrow corridors. Priests light the way. Scribes read inscriptions aloud. The walls are covered with symbols. Each one holds meaning. Each one protects the soul. Later, the pharaoh enters his own burial chamber. This is where he will rest. The space is carefully designed. The walls are decorated. The silence is heavy. This place is meant to last forever. As time passes, the pharaoh grows older. His body weakens. Illness slows him. He can no longer walk alone. Servants support him. Still, he rules. Still, reports arrive. Still, construction continues. The pyramid nears completion. Smooth casing stones are added. The stepped shape disappears. The sides shine under the sun. The ramps are removed. The pyramid stands complete. Not long after, the pharaoh dies. Priests gather around his body. Rituals begin. His body is prepared with care. Sacred oils are used. Amulets are placed for protection. A funeral procession forms. The pharaoh is carried from the palace toward the pyramid. The movement is slow. The mood is solemn. Incense fills the air. Inside the pyramid, the pharaoh is placed in his tomb. Food is set beside him. Gold is placed near his body. Sacred words are spoken. They believe he will rise again. Finally, the tomb is sealed. Heavy stones close the entrance. Darkness remains inside. Outside, the pyramid stands alone. The workers leave. The pharaoh is gone. But the pyramid remains. Years pass. Then, centuries. Kings fall. Empires vanish. Still, the pyramid stands. A symbol of belief. A symbol of unity. A symbol of humanity's desire to be remembered.